Used to the city, now we got our own land. Life's getting real busy. None of it was ever planned. Got the crib looking pretty, with a garden full of plants. And we built our own committee, yeah. From the bottom we advance, yeah. Back to our roots, now we get back to our roots, yeah. Put on your boots, it's time to go take off your suit. Back to our roots, yeah. Now we get back to our roots, yeah. Put on your boots, it's time to farm with Cheryl Swoops right now, yeah, right now.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to Back to Our Roots. We got a lot of rain last night, so I'm gonna check on the garden and make sure everything's okay back there. Make sure the buckets didn't get blown over or knocked down, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Well, everything seems to be good back here. It is about 73 or 74 degrees. Gonna walk into the back here. Well, guys, everything looks good out here. Okra's growing. The old okra plants. So we'll get out here and get this out of the garden. All of the buckets are standing. Had a lot of rain, a lot of wind. See a couple of plants leaning a little bit, but I'll get out here and fix that. That's no problem. We had a good night with what I call God's water. It is so good for the plants. Everything just seems to grow when it gets rain. It's beautiful to come out here the next day and see how everything is grown overnight almost because of the rain. You can see the growth in it. Everything's looking good. We got squash growing still. Both plants are producing squash. My wife will be doing an update out here to let you guys know how the plants are doing that we planted a couple of weeks. As you can see, they are all starting to take off a little bit. But for me, I need to get over here and finish putting down weed barrier and continue to make buckets. I'm also going to be doing some bags, some grow bags. But we need to get these buckets ready for our fall stuff. But everything looks great, guys. The rain didn't hurt us a bit. See you on the other side. We did lose one plant, but there's some more seeds coming up. I'd already put a couple of more seeds in this bucket. So I'll put a few more in here today and we'll just start over. You win some, you lose some in this business. But as long as you win more than you lose, it all works out. You should always plan extra and prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Hi guys, sitting here having my third cup of coffee in my Back to Our Roots mug. Shout out Back to Our Roots. My husband doesn't drink it, so I think I have to have an extra cup for him. Anyway, we're sitting here today because it's a very rainy day here in Houston, Texas. So we're not going to be doing a lot of work in the garden, but we're going to do a lot of stuff in our outdoor kitchen. Really want to start trying to get our fall crops planted. The first one I want to talk about is cabbage. It takes cabbage the longest to mature, so we really want to make sure we get this one in and plant it today. So what I'm going to do is kind of go through all of our different seeds that we're going to plant, and I'll talk about each one of them, and then when that's done, we'll do a close-up so you can see what the actual seeds look like. Some of the stuff that we have, we've planted before, and we've tried, and we really know that we like it, but we also have some seeds here that we've never planted before, and some of it, for me, I've actually never tried it. It's so funny because growing up as a kid, I don't know about you guys, but growing up as a kid, if a lot of these vegetables my mom said eat this or try this, I would have frowned and turned my nose up and said, no, not for me. But as you get older and wiser, and you understand the importance of vegetables, that's why we really want to try some different things. So most of our seeds we get from Baker Creek, and there are a couple of other places that my husband will order them from, and I'll let him talk to you about that later. So when I talk about the cabbage, this is our cabbage, Brunswick cabbage, that we ordered from Baker Creek. And I think what my husband wants to do with this, we're going to start it in the little seed cups or seed trays. But when it's time, he wants to try it in a grow bag, a 10-gallon grow bag, which is right here, versus our 5-gallon buckets that we usually do. I don't know why. I'll let him explain that to you if there's a reason. But this is our 10-gallon grow bag, for anybody that's curious, that he ordered off of Amazon. And it's just like I'm glad he told me that, because I probably would have used it to take to the supermarket and shop with it, right? So yeah, this is a 10-gallon grow bag, and we're going to, at some point, transfer the cabbage to the bag, okay?
And I picked the grow bags because they're a little bigger than the 5-gallon buckets, and it'll allow the cabbage, I think, to spread out more, because the head of the cabbage is in the middle, but the leaves spread out really wide, and so I think it'll give it a better chance to spread out. And the other places that we get seeds from right now is Haas seeds and Johnny Select seeds. So we get them from those three places right now. That's where we order most of our stuff from: Baker Creek, Haas, and Johnny Select seed.
And if there's anybody that's watching and you guys know more places, different places that we can order seeds from, please let us know. But like I said, this is what we have right now. So I'll go through what we're planning on planting today. Here we have our Japanese giant red mustard greens. Okay, so we're going to plant that one. Swiss chard. I've heard people talk about Swiss chard. I've seen Swiss chard. I have never tried Swiss chard. So I'm really anxious to see how this will grow, and also what this will taste like if it grows. Hopefully it will. And then we'll go to bok choy. So we have two different seeds for bok choy. This one is, forgive me if I say this wrong because I'm sure I am, Suzhou baby bok choy. So we're going to plant this one as well as the yellow heart winter choy. And again, both of these came from Baker Creek. And cauliflower. Yep, I've tried cauliflower, like cauliflower, but we've never grown it. So this will be the first time for cauliflower. Ruby Queen beets. So any of these seeds that I'm showing you guys, if someone has planted them before and you have any advice for us on, anything you think we need to know to help our crops be successful, please let us know. So that's beets. I'll go to the squash. So we have two different types of squash. One is, sorry, you guys see I have to move this with my glasses on. Cucurbita pepo winter squash and green striped pusha squash. Babe, do you know the difference between these two?
Well, I know that one's winter squash, the one in the white package.
This one?
Yeah. Now I've seen the crucial, but I'm curious to know if we can grow it in the fall, or is it a more summer squash? But I think you can grow it in the fall too, especially in our climate, because, like I said, we don't really get a frost until around the 1st of December. So hopefully we can grow it and just see how it comes out.
And again, that kind of leads back to one of the other videos that we've posted before, where we talked about starting our seeds or growing our seeds in buckets. So with this squash or any of them, if they don't grow, it's easy for us to just take it out the bucket, get rid of it, and replant some other seeds, same kind or something different. So that's the squash. I'm saving the best for last. So the other one is kale, right? So we have 1,000 head kale. I don't know if you guys can see how big this is, but I think this kale will grow really, really big. Is that true, Mr. Tellison?
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it grows that big.
And Dazzling Blue Kale. That's the other kale we have. Both of these came from Baker Creek. And the last one we have is Lacinato Kale. And this one, my husband ordered off of Amazon.
That's supposed to be the dinosaur kale, the real ones that look like, almost like they got Godzilla backs. Another thing that I always, I talk to people about and I hear different opinions about it is when they say date to maturity, they might say 80 days or 60 days. Is that from the day that you plant it in the dirt, or is it the day that, or does it start the day you actually see plants or come out of the dirt? So is it 60 days from that, like today? Would it start today, or does it start when we go out there and see that the seeds have germinated and flowers are coming up? So anybody, I tend to think it's after you actually see the plant, but I'd be curious to hear what other people have to say about that.
I don't know. And the last one, when I say save the best for last, is collards. We love collard greens, can't get enough of them. So we have a Morris Head collard that came from Baker Creek and a Georgia collard that he ordered off of Amazon as well. So these are the two different types of collard greens that we're going to plant for the fall. Babe, what was the collard greens we planted for this summer? Yeah,
they were Georgia collards. The problem is, man, everybody was out of them. Like the places, Baker Creek, Haas, and Johnny Select Seeds were all out of the Georgia collards. So I had to go on Amazon and get some, and we'll see how they come up. But Georgia collards are what we're used to eating. But the Morris Head, those are supposed to get really, really big. The leaves are supposed to get huge. Yes. So I'll be curious to see the difference between those and Georgia collards.
So guys, these are all of the seeds we're going to be planting today. So what I'm going to do is just start getting them ready to go into our cups and our trays, and we'll get a close-up. I'm going to take the seeds out so you can actually see what they look like, and then we'll start planting them. So we'll be back in a second. Alright guys, so in case anyone's wondering, if you don't have a little tool, so with my tool, I just try, and the depth I try to go down to about here, right? Or about an inch. So if you don't have a tool and you use your finger, mine's a little different because I have nails, but I try and go down to the first line on my finger. So when I plant, I'll just stick my hand in there, make a hole. So these are the cabbage seeds. And again, this is Brunswick cabbage. Okay? So I'm going to take about 3 seeds. This is where my nails come in handy. Most of the time they're not very handy out here. But I'm going to take about 3 seeds, right? And I'm going to plant them in here. So that's 1. It's amazing. At least I find it amazing how, you see that? How such a tiny little seed can make such big, beautiful, great tasting food. It's amazing how God works, right? Okay, so I'll put 3 in there. And then I'm just gonna kind of plant it, move the soil around, close it in. Now, I'm gonna plant a few of these. So we're gonna put all of these cups right here that you see, they're gonna be cabbage. And then the trays, I'm gonna put some of our other seeds in it. But when we're finished with this, we're gonna take it over to the herb garden. I'm gonna water them all in, and we're gonna sit them in the herb garden. But I'm also going to show you guys the different herbs that we have in our herb garden. There's some things over there we need to clean up a little bit. And I just wanna show you the herbs that we've been growing, okay? So I'm gonna just plant a couple more of these with cabbage. And I don't think, again, that's 3.
And what you do with that too is that you plant 3 seeds in case one doesn't germinate. And sometimes all 3 will germinate, sometimes maybe only 1 will germinate, but then you thin them out as they get bigger. You go through and pick the one that you feel is the healthiest, and you cut the other 2 so that you don't have 3 plants growing in.
I'm gonna just sit
in a
this
cup.
here, right? So I'll
Yes.
know. So now I'm gonna move over to my Georgia collards and just show you guys the Georgia collards. And it's crazy because the Georgia collards and the cabbage look very similar.
Well, I
You
think
can
they're from
see
the same
this.
family. The plants
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
So I'll do the same thing. I'll take about 3 seeds. Look at that. Look how accurate that was. And I'm going to put 3 seeds in here.
You're probably the only
I know what you're going to say.
garden in America with nails.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. They come in handy though. So I'm going to close this because I don't want to lose the seeds. So again, we're going to do cabbage, we're going to do collards, and all the other seeds that we talked about. Let me see. I'll just take a few and just show you guys. Let's look at bok choy. I'll just show you guys what this one looks like. But we will come back once we get them planted and show you guys
Updates.
well, updates, but show you guys all the different vegetables. And so that's my bok choy, the yellow heart. Okay, so this is all of the vegetables that we have to get planted today. All right, so I'm gonna finish planting my cabbage, my greens, some of the other vegetables, and then we're gonna take it over to the herb garden once we get it watered in, and we'll show you what all's in our herb garden. All right, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so finally got all the seeds planted in the seed trays in the cups, but we have a rotten board in the herb garden, so I'm going to let my brother and my husband take care of that and fix that. And as soon as they do, I'll come back and show you the herb garden and get all of these seeds watered in. So stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Fall crops, guys. Things we're planting.
Alright, now we're going to come back and put the end cap back on, and that should complete the whole project.
Good morning to you.
Shrek came to get his food.
Y'all, I only have apples. I don't have carrots today. Hi.
Shrek said he's not trying to hear that. He
Good
needed
morning, sunshine.
He need his food right now.
You want apples? I have apples for you. I don't have carrots right now. Alright guys, so welcome to the infamous herb garden. I know we've been talking about this for a while. By the way, we got a few visitors. They will not let me come out here and work in peace without trying to get my attention. They think when I come out here, it's time to feed them. Which I'll feed them later. But right now, I want to talk about this herb garden. Man, I was so excited when we first started planting our herbs. I do like to cook, and there's nothing better than being able to come out to your garden and just pick your own fresh herbs. So I'll start with what we have back here. And as you can tell, some of it is starting to die, but what I will tell you is it still tastes very good, still has a really good smell. This right here is sweet mint, and this is spearmint. Now, I'm not really sure what the difference is. The smell is a little different. Honestly, for those of you who are a little old school and you remember spearmint gum, this spearmint actually smells like that spearmint gum. This is another sweet mint, and this is another spearmint. So,
they're going
a few things. Yeah, they are, and you can see that right here.
Yeah, they're going to seed.
But a few things that I have used this mint for, making smoothies. My husband loves smoothies, so putting some mint in smoothies in the morning is really good. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a mojito kind of girl, and I love being able to put my own homegrown sweet mint into my mojito, as well as cooking with it. So those of you that have some different recipes that you use mint in, shoot them my way. Let me try them out. All right, so there you have the mint. Here is some sweet basil, and it may look like it's dying. It's actually doing really well. I have a couple of these that I've used to cook with. So on this table again, it's mint and basil, and just in case you're wondering, I like to try and decorate, so I just found a little, I don't know, I say it's the mom, dad, and baby. My frogs, little solar light, and my little plant people, they just kind of give it life a little bit. Here, let me set my water can down. Here we have, I'll show you, poblano peppers. And as you can see, I'll take that one. It's actually starting to grow. And I'm not sure, babe, when did we plant the poblano peppers?
About 2 weeks ago.
So the poblano peppers, and again, as we talked about earlier, Baker Creek poblanos. And this one is I don't know if it's datil, D-A-T-I-L pepper.
It's hot, I know that.
Like super hot. Same for this one. We planted this about 3 weeks ago as well. So we got peppers here. And I really like spicy things. My husband don't like it as much, so I try not to make things too spicy. And as you can see,
Hand me those packs. Get them out your way there.
You want these out the way? Okay, sorry.
Drinking water.
As you can see, here's the cabbage that we just planted. All of these cabbage, some collard greens, and all the other different seeds that we just talked about. I'm just going to, instead of bringing my water hose over, oh, this is gonna be kind of messy. I'm just going to use my water can and try and water them in a little bit.
Now you have to be careful when you're doing these too, guys, not to wash the seeds out.
So I'm trying to be gentle, but
it's also supposed to rain, so
again,
we start all our seeds outside here. It's so hot usually, so we start them off all out here. We don't grow anything indoors yet. It's a pergola here, as you can see, so it keeps shade, and it's some big trees here, so everything seems to do pretty good as far as germinating out here.
Yeah, that's where we started all of our herbs. We started them all out here, and as you can see, I'll show you some other ones in a second, as soon as I get these watered in pretty good. What do you think? More?
Yeah, stay at the top for sure.
back here. I'm trying not to like just pour it all out where it comes out fast and wash the seeds out.
And hopefully we'll get a little rain. Nothing like that guard water.
Best water ever.
The corner right there too.
This corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I should get it. Got so much rain, everything got watered in.
Yeah, and if I need to, I'll come back and put some more water in it. But for now, I'm gonna grab my bowl because I got some good stuff I need to cut and take inside, and maybe I'll use it for dinner tonight. So as you can see here, these are all mini bell peppers. How many would you say we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think.
No, it's 12.
Oh, 12. I'm counting wrong. Sorry, y'all. So these are all mini bell peppers. And here's the interesting thing is we planted all of them around the same time. And as you can see, they're multicolor, right?
Yeah, they're different colors.
So here, I'm gonna just cut
Each
this.
seed is one color, but it was a mixture in the bucket.
I'm gonna cut this one.
It's from Baker Creek. I'll put a picture of it afterward. Yeah.
So you have this one, and they are mini, but guys, I'm not really sure, and maybe you know, I'm not really sure when we should cut it because I don't know how big a mini it is, if that makes sense.
I don't think they're gonna get much bigger than that.
Okay.
This one right there at the bottom too. You can see
So the
it's
red
already
one?
red. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna go to those down there, but I'll cut this one off and show it to you because I also have some good orange ones right there I want you guys to see. I think these are super cute.
Yeah.
So there's that one. And so I'm going to come back to this plant, but I'll cut one of these off or pull it. And so there's an orange one. So I'm going to come back and cut all of these off later. But if you guys are wondering, not really sure what happened with this one. We planted it at the same time as we planted all the rest of them, but I don't know, babe.
And it's getting flowers. Just
Yeah, getting flowers, but hasn't produced any bell peppers yet. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, and it looks good. It's not
two that were
dead.
bad. This one was bad too, but as you can see, it's starting to get little bell peppers on them. So guess we just got to be patient with them.
Yeah.
This one here is full of bell peppers.
Nice, pretty orange, green.
Yeah, these are time for to get all those.
Yep, so I'm going to come back out. I wanted to show you guys the herb garden. I'll come back out and cut these. And again, as you can see here, I have another sweet basil.
Yeah, the wind last night and the rain, it kind of pushed it over, but
Yeah, we had a little storm last night.
yeah, I have to come out and fix it. It's doing well.
Smells so good. Just when you walk out here, you can just smell the freshness of the herbs and the vegetables.
There's another red one.
Okay, can I show at least the women, men, you too, but at least for the women who are watching. So again, I showed you guys my decorations that I have because I just like to kind of give it a little life. So I found these, I forgot what they're called besides solar lights. They had a name, but I found these little solar lights that obviously they're solar, so they feed off of the sun, and I just kind of hung them here myself. And at nighttime when they come on, it's just really beautiful here in the herb garden. And just like this plant, I showed them this plant once before. So it just gives the herb garden a little life, give it a little
So
different
I guess
look.
it didn't fall down.
Well, no, it didn't. But I did have my brother kind of tighten it for me a little bit. I won't take all the
I
credit.
want to go right here too and look at this. Here's a lot of the stuff that the soil and
Cow manure.
black cow and what we use out in the big garden in the buckets. So we keep all that in here and other buckets. So
So what do we want to talk about with this one?
I don't know what happened to that poor guy because he was look at all the bell
I don't
peppers on there,
either.
but he just died. He just started dying. Guys, I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me. What can we
I have
do
no idea.
about that? I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's it was producing, and you can see it's still a lot of bell peppers on there, but I don't know what made it do that.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But it's still, I guess, kind of hanging in there. So we're still trying to work with it. But anything you guys can share with us, pass it on. And this has a lot of leaves on it. This one does. More so than
any of them. These last three right here, they all have a lot of leaves. I don't know why. And this one is making some good yellow bell peppers. I think it was a mixture of green, yellow, and red is what the mixture was. So.
Okay.
This one's bolted.
This one's bolted. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, that's pesto.
This was pesto, yep. But we still use it. It's still producing, so I'm still getting stuff off of it. I'm gonna move this out the way a little bit. This is some sage, which is crazy because I think we got a couple different things growing in this bucket. Because this is my sage over here. And I think this was it looks like some, no, not cilantro.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Let me see. That's mint.
Wow, it cross-pollinated. Wow.
Yep, this is mint.
The mint is all the way back there.
So we got mint and sage in here for some reason.
Wow.
And this right here is my parsley and some lemon thyme, which smells incredibly good, and some more parsley, and this is some cilantro.
Yeah, the cilantro, we planted it a few times. It bolts because it's so hot, but you know.
But we're still able to, yeah. And some more sage and some more lemon thyme. This is a nice bucket of lemon thyme that I love to cook with. It just has that great lemon smell. And these are Tabasco peppers.
Yeah, they're coming in.
They are coming in, if you guys can see these. For me, there's nothing like putting Tabasco sauce on my collard greens.
Well, you're going to have a bunch of it in a minute.
It's a nice combination. And then this one is cayenne peppers.
Yeah, it's full of peppers.
It's full of red and green right now. I'm going to set my little basket down and just kind of show you guys. You know what? Let me just cut one off. Because it's time to cut them anyway.
Yeah, they're ready.
But I'll cut this one off right now. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Beautiful.
Right.
And hot. So this may be
and
crazy.
On the top, look at that. You still got new ones coming in. So
yep.
It's a whole new thing of them all over.
So are cayenne peppers only red, or are they red and green? Because I know this is green, so it's still growing. So
yeah. I don't think it's ready until it gets red.
Right? Okay. It smells so good.
Yeah.
And then I have another parsley sitting over here. And you guys, I put garlic and parsley in just about everything that I cook. So I'm gonna move this over here back with my babies. And in case you guys are wondering, this is the board that my husband and my brother had to replace. Because there was a board that was rotten, so they had to replace it.
And guys, Earl and I will be out, and we have a wood shop over there. We're getting it together right now, but we're going to be building stuff. We've already built a smoker. We built tables, different things like that. Earl is probably one of the best carpenters that I know. I'm not really good at it. I'm learning. That's why we're out here, to learn all of this stuff. So we'll be shooting videos upcoming with him in it, building stuff. So
yeah, so what I'm gonna do is go back through my herb garden and I'm gonna finish cutting my cayennes, any Tabasco peppers, but I'm definitely gonna go back through and take my bell peppers off. And who knows, I don't know if I'm gonna use it and cook tonight, but it's time for me to get them off. So this is the herb garden that we've talked about a little bit. And I'm sure there'll be some other stuff that I will, as time goes by, that I'll want to try to grow. But for the most part, what we have in here right now, the basil, the thyme, the mint, the parsley, the cilantro, the bell peppers, the cayenne peppers, the Tabasco peppers, and the seeds that we just started growing. But eventually those will go out to the big garden. But for the most part, the herbs we have in here right now are the herbs that I typically cook with. So yeah, this is our herb garden. Anybody out there that has a suggestion on some different herbs that you've grown and they tend to grow or do pretty well in hot climates, please pass that on to me, because I'm always trying to learn and I always want to try something new. So just please pass that on to me. And for now, I gotta go because I've got some work I need to do. But that's pretty much all I have to share with you guys today.
All right, guys, we'll show you what we harvest off the plants.
All right, guys, this is our beautiful harvest from today. Some lemon thyme, some parsley, some basil, some mini bell peppers, and some cayenne peppers. So, Miss Gail, your peppers are waiting for you. I got them. Beautiful. So until next time, guys, from Back to Our Roots Homestead, everybody stay safe, stay blessed, and stay healthy. See you next time.
Yeah, right now, yeah, yeah. Back to our roots, back to our roots, back to our roots.